Can you hear me okay?
We can, Ron. We can hear you.
Good deal. Thank you.
All right. We're good to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Call this meeting to order. Start by asking Supervisor Warren to lead us on the pledge. Morning, everyone.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Supervisor. Okay, we will move into our next item of business, discussion and action to consider purchasing an ambulance from Red Sky Emergency Vehicles as a sole source vendor purchase. Floor is yours, Derek.
I will be very brief, simply by way of giving a little history. In fiscal year 22-23, so beginning in July of 22, the board approved to purchase an ambulance. We placed the order, we went out for bids, placed the order shortly after that. So early in that fiscal year, the order was out. We are approaching 3 years and the ambulance has not yet arrived. We receive sporadic updates from the manufacturer. The latest being a picture of the box on a chassis. And we don't know much more about that, that process. Tony, when did we hear about the Red Sky option?
Probably about 3 weeks ago, they contacted me.
So we became aware of another provider. their difference is they make pre-make ambulances that they believe will fit about 90% of the needs out there. They had a demo. It was in California. The owner of the company went out, had it delivered to Arizona. She herself drove it up here last Wednesday or Thursday, brought it up to the clinic. The head of the ambulance crew at GHR, Donna Lizarraga, was there. She looked at it. Our health director looked at it. Tony looked at it. I saw it. Frankly, I wouldn't know what I was looking at anyway. But it seems to fit all of our needs. It's exactly in line with the last two we purchased, just updated. I think it's a model 2025. And so it has all the things that are necessary, except that our ambulance crew asked if a refrigerated box can be installed so that certain medications can be kept cold. You'll see that is on the quote. That's the $3,075 addition on the quote. The alternative is we simply put a box on the floor. That's a $1,550 addition. Our recommendation is we have them take a little extra time and install the box in the unit. It gets covered under the warranty. It's all pre-wired for that and so forth. On our half, the county half, we're pleased with the unit. On the ambulance side, our folks who run it, they're pleased with the unit. We had an opportunity to get that ambulance, and so we set up this special meeting to get board permission to do it. On the finance side, we have sufficient capacity in our capital improvement fund. This is a capital purchase. It's worth more than $100,000 in expected life. It's more than 5 years. And so it fits that. We will use money unexpended as yet for our capital projects we're working on. So we have that capacity. We may do an adjustment later to satisfy the auditors, but we have the money. It's in our account. We can purchase this right now. The overall cost will be probably, let's see, that one came in at $258 before taxes, so about $25,000 less than the one we have on order. Our recommendation is we keep that order in place simply so we can get another one online. But for now, the question is, do we buy the one that's in front of us? So our recommendation is that we do.
Derek, will you elaborate a little bit on the figures of what originally we had ordered, the one that we ordered, and then what we came up with,
Yes.
what Tony came?
So the original order we placed was, I believe, was $250,000. A change more. You'll recall that in fiscal year 24, as it delayed, they came back to us and said the price had raised by about $8,000. So we were up to about 258, almost 259. That was before taxes. That was just for the cost of the unit. The unit that we're looking at now from Red Sky is $243,393 with taxes included, and then there'd be an additional $3,075 on top of that for a total of. Didn't take my glasses off. $246,468.40. There may be a slight amount for taxes on that ice box. But that should be the out the door price. So I would suggest that perhaps the most would be made in an amount not to exceed $247,000.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman.
go ahead, Ron.
Hey, Derek, did we talked about it early on when we knew that it was going to come for a visit and we didn't want it to leave town. I'm assuming that it did. But has there been anything put into place, a hold of any kind or a notice to proceed or anything to ensure that this unit that they showed us that we inspected, that if we make this decision that one is ours?
Indeed, part of the discussion we had before the owner left, I asked specifically, it says, how quick do these things go and what do you need from us to hang on to it? And she says, I can put your name on it and essentially take it out off the sales floor, if you will, if you can move quickly. And I said, I can get a meeting set up next week and I would suggest that you put a hold on it. My anticipation would be that our board would approve that. she said, I will put your name on it and take it out of sales circulation. So yes, and if I characterize that wrong, Tony, please let me know, but
No, that's perfect.
it is, it has our name on it. It is off the sales floor, if you will. And so if we act on it, we will have it in about a month once they install the ice box and have it fully inspected and striped. So you'll see in the email that was attached that, and does the price include the striping? It does, graphics. So if,
Yeah.
yeah, she estimated
If it goes higher, she'll eat it. If it goes lower, she'll invoice the right amount.
So if it costs less to stripe it, then we get the break. If it costs more, it won't cost us any more than the quoted price.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
anyone else?
Just another quick question. Sorry. Do you think it would be safe because there's obviously there's tax on the refrigerator, which is the 3075. There'll be additional tax on there. And then also with the graphics, I know that it's estimated at 2400. Would you think that it would be safer instead of 247 to to have it not to exceed 248 for this for the motion?
Sure, that would be fine. Like I say, the graphics price is included in the quote at $2,400. But if there's a little bit more wiggle room in there, that would certainly be helpful.
I just think rather than silliness of having to bring it back or something for a small adjustment, I think being on the safe side of 248 would make the most sense.
I can't disagree with you on that.
Even if we go 250, I mean, we're gonna pay less for it, when the amount comes up, so play it safe and just go with, round it off 250. How's that?
I will not exceed that.
Yeah,
I agree.
okay, sounds good.
Sounds great.
All right, no more discussion.
That's all I have for you.
I entertain for motion.
Well, since you're there, Will, how about you?
I'd like to make a motion that we proceed with the purchase of the new ambulance and the cost of $248,000,
From Red Sky
250 from Red Sky
Emergency Vehicles.
Emergency Vehicles. It's a sole source vendor purchase.
I second that.
Well, to explain, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, Ron.
Go ahead,
No,
Ron.
I was just seconding it since the correction was to not to exceed 250.
I simply want to put on the record that the reason we're proceeding as a sole source is that we have not been able to find an ambulance
Yes.
anywhere else for almost 3 years. And this is the only place we've been able to find one that's ready to go.
It's the absolute right move to support our community, and so I wholeheartedly agree.
And I agree with Ron completely on that. We could eventually wait indefinitely, so we need to make this.
All right, so we have a first, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Yeah, call for vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, so ordered. This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.